Hey, good morning, everyone. My name is Chris-Beth Cowie, and I'm the host of BizGrams, the founder of Empowered Vex. And I have the privilege of interviewing and bringing to you dynamic entrepreneurs who are doing amazing things. I'm super excited today because we have a very special guest. Jananee, how are you doing today with us? How are you doing today?
I'm doing amazing. How are you?
I am well. Thank you so much for being here with us. One of the things I would like to say about Jananee, she is a community advocate, super supportive. We've met actually through the Rotary Club. So grateful for all of the people that are, putting service above self and doing amazing things in the community. So Jananee, tell us about your journey to entrepreneurship.
100%. My journey to entrepreneurship, as I was reflecting for this episode, and first off, I really want to say thank you so much for giving me the opportunity and the space today to share a bit about my journey. And my journey for entrepreneurship really goes back to my journey with volunteering. They really go hand in hand. And being a community volunteer, a community activist, a community leader has really helped me develop so many skills that helped me begin my journey in the way that I wanted to start it through Baskets by Jan, which is my new venture. So it's just been really exciting. If I go back a bit, I could tell you a bit about my volunteering journey. Been volunteering since I was right in high school, really young, and I just really wanted to be involved in my community, get to know my community more, get to know people. And I realized through volunteering, I was learning so many skills as a young adult, leadership skills, organization, time management, working with a budget, all of these skills, which are so important when you're starting your own business. And learning these skills so young actually, and learning it through different organizations helped me see how different organizations work, how they make decisions differently. And I think like probably 10 years of volunteering experience these days has really helped me. I started my business just a couple months ago, so I'm a very new entrepreneur. But all of that experience, I think, really helped me prepare to be confident to opening and starting Baskets by Jan. So that's really my entrepreneurial journey, I'll say, starts years ago before I even thought of opening a business, but it led up to this day.
Hey, that is super awesome. And thank you for sharing that story. One of the things that I will say, like you, my volunteerism really took off in high school. My high school actually had a club called The Future We Want, and it was really promoting student advocacy around change that they wanted to see within the school. But I think it was when I really had to get my 40 hours of volunteer hours, I realized that from grade 9, the folks, Carol Berry, who I say is my grandmother in Rotary, Norm Binden as well, my grandfather, these individuals really came to our school and poured into the youth, to give them different opportunities to expand the world. And I think Rotaract Club at that point in time for me played an instrumental role, as you talked about it, the development of your leadership skills, the awareness, so much fundraising we've done. We were entrepreneurial at that stage as well.
100%.
Yes. And so it's like, okay, I got to sell this box of chocolate. I got to, recruit people. I got to invest the time management. So you're 100% right in saying that, volunteerism in this type of method definitely fosters that entrepreneurial or intrapreneurial spirit that, many of us have and share. So that's super exciting. And so tell us more about Basket by Jan. Tell us more about your business. What type of baskets? Do you have baskets to show us? We'd love to know more about what's in the basket as well.
Yes, 100%. So yeah, like I said, a couple months ago really is when I officially started Baskets by Jan. Prior to that, I think it was really more of a hobby. And as we've seen with the pandemic, so many of us have turned our hobbies into, another stream of income because, a lot of us have had to. And that I can go into how inspiring that's been. But for myself, a couple years ago, really, I made the conscious effort to shop more local, support small businesses. And as I was seeing many of my friends start their own small businesses, just switch career paths and just go fully into entrepreneurship, as a friend and a supporter and a consumer, I really just wanted to help them out. So a couple years ago, I really started to shop more locally. And this during the pandemic, the past holiday season, I told myself, all right, I'm buying all of my family gifts, but they're from small local businesses made in Ontario. So as I was doing that, there's a lot of research, when you're buying gifts, you still want to make sure it's the perfect gift for your friend or family. So I was doing a lot of research, getting to, learn about so many different small businesses around us, and trying to find gifts for my family and friends. And of course, when I find something I love, I have to share it with my network. And as I was doing that, I realized that a lot of my network was also purchasing the same types of gifts. So I realized that it had that positive impact there. And so in the holiday season, I put together a list of kind of like a guide to shopping more local. And it was a couple small businesses that I loved. I loved their stories. I loved their impact. And I was like, if you want to buy a holiday gift, like purchase it from these places. And I had a really positive response. For myself, the way I love to give gifts as well as receive gifts has always been through baskets. I just love receiving baskets. I love the look of baskets. They're always fun to win. They're very traditional. Like the gift basket industry is not a new one. It has been around for years, for generations. But I think it's one that will always make you smile. I love getting gifts from a gift basket. There's just so many different products in a gift basket. So when I kind of put two and two together, I was shopping more locally. I had a lot of friends come out and ask me, where can I get this and that is more local. So I thought it would be a really cool opportunity to put different products that I find from different small businesses into a basket and gift it that way. My first big project was for Mother's Day. I created Mother's Day baskets and they featured 5 local businesses. So most of my baskets, they will always feature at least 4 to 5 local businesses. And that's kind of a target that I always try to hit. And it was, I think, a lot of fun. The funnest part about all of this was meeting the businesses, meeting the people behind the small business, seeing why they decided to do what they decided to do, and then bringing the small businesses together into a basket for a mother or for an aunt or whoever you wanted to give the Mother's Day baskets to. So that's really how it started. Right now, of course, I'm doing Father's Day gift baskets. We're in the process of it right now. Father's Day is just around the corner. And before Father's Day, I did like a self-care basket, especially when it was around Mental Health Awareness Week and just, the midst of the pandemic. I really saw that a lot of people needed that self-care aspect. And there's so many amazing businesses that focus on self-care. And a lot of people think it's hard to shop local, but it really isn't. And I thought this would be a great way to bring different businesses together and help them share their business, right? So it's really making an impact. My little slogan is building community through baskets. So it helps me really make an impact to build that community, and it helps them, the small businesses as well, just keep going and keep thriving.
Hey, I love it. And I will definitely be following up with you. I love giving gifts as baskets, and actually I really love receiving them as well. So we share that in common. There is, I think a wonderful thing in terms of what you're doing, building community through baskets. I think that is such a powerful message in itself. And, I think very inspirational. And, your love, your as you said, a passion project that you were doing on the side, and really figuring out a way that you can also benefit and grow and really reach community and impact community in a greater way as well. So the stories of the entrepreneurs, like yourself, this show is really dedicated to you, the entrepreneur, so that we get to learn about your story, fall in love with your journey as well, and be inspired to one, support you, and bring awareness to the things that you're doing with your work. So that's really powerful. So tell us, what has been some of the challenges that you've experienced starting this business?
Yes. Oh, challenges is a great one. So, I mean, as I said, I feel like I was really nicely prepared for the journey, especially with the volunteering background. It worked in terms of the budgeting, in terms of organization, and figuring out what I wanted to do for my first couple baskets. I would say the challenge right now definitely is time in some sense. This is definitely really part-time for me right now, as I still hold a full-time job, and many people that have been doing like side hustles, you can say, do the same thing. We all have a full-time job, a family to take care of, the 100 volunteer opportunities that I am part of. So there's definitely a lot on my plate, and I still wanted to keep this going and still build baskets. But I think it's really important to tell myself and help me understand that I only have some limited time to help do this journey, and I have to use my time strategically when I'm working on this project of mine. And I think the other challenge is, especially being so new to this whole space, is really knowing that, I'm not going to get viral in like a day. That growth process is gradual, and some days might be hard. You might not make that many sales, but that's okay, because every day I feel like I connect with a new small business, or I connect with someone that's interested in hearing more about Baskets by Jan. And I feel all of that are wins in the challenges. So I'm a very positive person. I really like to see the positivity in each day. And I definitely post a lot on my Instagram. I try my best to be active and be out there and build my following right now, just to get the trying to really just get people to learn and know about Baskets by Jan. But I think right now, definitely the challenge is really getting a market that understands the story behind Baskets by Jan. So they're probably not the most cheapest baskets out there. Again, I'm focusing on small businesses, and small business products usually aren't that cheap, right? Again, you have to think about their living. Like whenever I buy a product, I think about the money behind that product, right? And so a lot of people are making a living out of that product. So as my baskets are a bit, I would say, on the pricey side, there's a story behind it. If I'm featuring 5 small businesses, that's 5 lives that I'm really helping out with each purchase. So there are challenges, but I always look at the wins.